Good afternoon, 3 minutes to the top of the hour East African time on this day, the 15th day of October, the year being 2023. Good afternoon, I trust you are well. Time to bring you up to speed on what has been taking shape across and even beyond the borders. But first, the highlights. Interior Cabinet Secretary Kithure Kindiki calls upon police officers to protect themselves from ruthless bandits.
Tumia bunduki na silaha ulio nayo kuangusha mkora kabla haja kuangusha wewe.
Busia health workers threaten to down tools if their welfare are not addressed.
We are tired of the empty promises that are being given to Mwananchi. We are tired of the lies that we are seeing the governors peddling.
And a contingent of police in Moranga dispersed youth who invaded former Del Monte land that is alleged to be under the control of the county. My name is Moige William. Welcome to the broadcast. Interior Cabinet Secretary Professor Kithure Kindiki has told national police officers in volatile areas to use their weapons to deal with bandits who threaten their lives and fail to surrender when called upon to do so. Kindiki also warned that the operation to get rid of banditry will focus on individual criminals further to enhance peace in the disturbed areas.
Maofisa wetu kama wezi wa mifugo watatishia maisha yenu na silaha, msiruhusu hiyo silaha iwapate. Tumia bunduki na silaha ulio nayo kuangusha mkora kabla haja kuangusha wewe ambaye ni afisa wa usalama. For the avoidance of doubt, we cannot have a country where armed criminals are using guns against officers wearing the uniform of the country that we call Kenya. Hatutakubali. Kwa hivyo wewe hiyo bunduki hiyo silaha uko nayo, ofisa wa usalama, usikubali mkora kutumia hiyo bunduki kuangusha mwananchi ama kukuangusha wewe. Lazima umwai na umwangushe akiwa wa kwanza.
Moving on, UDA members in Kakamega County have thrown their weight behind Party Secretary General, that is Cleophas Malala, in the forthcoming party polls to be held in December. Led by Deberius Shikuku, they defended Malala from members spoke during assessment to receive more than 100 answers affected to UDA.
Sisi kama wanachama wa UDA hapa Kakamega tunasimama na ndugu yetu Cleophas Malala. Yeye kama Secretary General, yeye alipatiwa katika acting capacity, na sisi tarehe 9 sisi kama Kakamega tutasimama kuconfirm yeye kama Secretary General. Sisi katika UDA tumekuwa juzi mambo ya NDC Nairobi, na tumeambiwa na viongozi, na si viongozi tu, kinara wetu ambaye ni party leader Mheshimiwa William Ruto ametuhakikishia wanachama wote pamoja na viongozi wengine kwamba uchaguzi wa tarehe 9 Disemba utakuwa wa haki na huru na ukweli.
Rais Ruto anafanya maendeleo, lakini labda Kakamega hawasemi kwa maana hakuna kiongozi hapo. Ili tupate msemaji wa chama ambaye rais anapofanya kazi kule Nairobi ama alipopote atakuwa anasema mambo ya wananchi wajue. Mwenyekiti atakuwa Mheshimiwa Deberius Shikuku. Huo ndio mwongozo ambao kundi hili lote liko hapa limeshaamua.
Wito ambao ningependa kutoa kwa akina mama ni kwamba tujitokeze kwa wingi ili tukaweze kupata nafasi katika uongozi wa serikali ya William Samoei Ruto ambaye ni president wetu.
Sisi kama wanachama wa UDA hapa Kakamega tunasimama na ndugu yetu Cleophas.
Away from that, health service providers in Busia County have stood their ground on industrial action as from early next week following a fruitless whole-day meeting with the county executive on Friday. Speaking in Busia on Saturday after just a day after an elusive return to work formula meeting, the downhearted health union officials registered their displeasure with the manner in which the county came to make the decision.
County government and also to the country as a whole that we are tired of the empty rhetoric that is always played out. We are tired of the empty promises that are being given to Mwananchi. We are tired of the lies that we are seeing the governors peddling. We are coming out strongly to say and condemn that the levels of health care that we are seeing being offered in our counties are poor. The doctors, the nurses, and the clinical officers, the health care workers are ready. We are trained, but we are expressing our frustrations that we are not getting our salaries on time. We are not getting our promotions on time, and that is frustrating us and demoralizing us.
But there are provisions of the Constitution that are supposed to be complied with. We have Article 41, which is very clear on conditions of working, and also reasonable working condition and remuneration, and promotion and other HR issues are part of that provision of Article 41 of the Constitution of Kenya. So ours is simple here. We are supporting their cause of going on strike, because if the county indeed agreed with them without coercion on 17th, as they have stated, it is clear that there is no goodwill from the county.
All right, now let us shift focus. And Kenyans of Goodwill have launched an innovation hub in Nairobi to distribute equipments and do research on level of disabilities encountered by people living with visual impairment in the country. Speaking at the launch of the lobby group, Side Senses Hub initiative is here to promote inclusivity and empowering individuals with disability, leading them to major fulfillment of their goals in life. The hub will offer communication and learning gadgets to relevant institutions to ensure persons with visual impairment get access to information through technology. They now ask the government through the Ministry of Social Protection to support such initiatives for PWDs not to feel neglected by the society.
With this hub of inclusion, we are going to offer assistive products to people with disabilities, and we are looking forward to working with innovators and startups in the field of assistive technology who can assist us to spread the word that these products are available locally, and also to work towards the innovations of this country.
And it's only this year that we thought about what if we actually set up a space for where all these innovators can come in and bring their products to Kenya, and also where people with disabilities can come and access the products.
So we do offer some skill that is called orientation and mobility for newly blinded persons when they come to Kenya Institute for the Blind, and we work under the Directorate of Special Needs Education.
Elsewhere, it's a sigh of relief to over 10,000 Limuru Dairy Farmers Cooperative Society members after the intervention of President William Ruto to safeguard the grants of 100 million shillings from the World Bank that was almost forfeited. Limuru Dairy Farmers Cooperative Society manager Bidan Bugwa said that they have signed a memorandum of association with 13 cooperatives which will be pasteurizing their milk. He further noted that the cooperative is aiming at tripling the volume of the milk that goes to waste. The partnership will see the farmers benefit from their hard work.
The direct beneficiaries in Limuru is 10,000 farmers, in Kiambu 100,000 farmers. We have signed memorandum of agreement with 13 other cooperatives who will also be bringing their milk to be pasteurized here. We are expecting that we will triple the volumes once we start packing the milk, which is normally goes to waste during when there is glut. We pack it into extended shelf life and UHT, and we will be able to standardize and assure the farmer that will be paying Kenya shillings 50 per litre every month.
In 2019, the county government was given the challenge to all of the opportunity to procure the UHT plant for Limuru Dairy. But for some reasons, the county government has not been able to achieve that. And they were dragging their feet to a point where Limuru Dairy was in a position where they were to lose the funding from the World Bank. Through the intervention of His Excellency the President and his ministers and Home Secretaries, it was advised that in fact the Limuru Dairy be the procuring agent for this plant because they have the capacity and they have shown that they have done similar work before.
Elsewhere, the Kenya Union of Domestic Hotels, Education Institutions, Hospitals and Allied Workers has called upon Parliament to reconsider reviewing the Finance Bill 2023. The union wants the scrapping of the 8% VAT on fuel to cushion Kenyans against the runaway price of fuel in Kenya. Also, through the Secretary General of the union, Albert Njeru, they also asked the government to increase salaries for low-income earners to ensure they meet their needs which are more productive.
Kenya, sisi kama wafanyikazi tunashuhudia mabadiliko ya mawazo, mabadiliko ya mafikira. Na kwa hayo sisi tunastaajabu ya kuona that kile kitu ilikuwa inaitwa subsidy kwa fuel sasa inarudi nyuma kuwa stabilization fund. Tunastuka ya kwamba tulikuwa tumeambiwa kama wafanyikazi tusistuke. Saa hii tulikuwa tumeambiwa kutakuwa na fuel itakuwa inatoka Saundia na kule kwingine na itakuwa government to government negotiations. Tunastuka mpaka leo mafuta inaendelea kupanda. Tunastuka sisi wenyewe hatuwezi kustamili kufikiria vile tutasaidia wanakenya wenzetu. Kama subsidy ilikuwa mbaya, kwa nini ulete kitu kinaitwa stabilization fund? Kama private companies ndio walikuwa mbaya, naye serikali G2G imekuwa upaya namna gani? Sisi sote tunaelewa na tukubaliane. Shinda yetu ya Kenya ni sisi wenyewe tutashughulisha. Mazungumzo ndio itakuwa kitu ya muhimu ya kujadiliana na tuone vile tutajisaidia.
Bungoma County members of Parliament of National Parliament have urged the Kenya National Examination Council, that is NEC, to offer fair grading to all candidates in the country regardless of the region they come from. The leaders, led by National Assembly Speaker Moses Wetangula, while speaking at Bungoma DB Primary School during a prayer day for the candidates, say that as the students prepare for the eagerly awaited exams, they should not experience the last year's lamentations in the country.
For those who will be marking exams, we pray that you be fair to each and every candidate and give them their deserving marks.
We don't want the marking system ya kuumiza watoto wetu. Vile tuliona last year. Watoto hao wapate marks yao ambayo wamefanyia kazi clear. Last year tulikuwa na shida sana. The marking system of this country must be made clear. Mtoto kama ako na marks 400 apewe 400.
Tunataka tukisimama hapa kuombea hawa watoto wetu waweze kwenda kufanya mtihani ili waweze kupita vizuri. Tunaomba Kenya National Examination Council. We do not want to see the problems we had last year during the administration of exams last year. Ripoti imetolewa kutoka kwa kamati ya bunge kuwa kulikuwa na exam leakages. We want to ask the Kenya National Examination Council to be fair to these pupils. Let them be given the marks for which they got.
The Postal Corporation of Kenya has called upon to come to the aid of over 1,500 workers in the communications sector in the country following a 6-month salary delay. The Communication Workers Union, that is COU, Secretary General Benson Okwaro says PCK workers have been stranded for the past 3 years following a 6-month streak of salary delays amid having consultative meetings with the respective management to find a workable solution. The union has therefore issued Postal Corporation of Kenya a 21-day strike notice effective 11th October if outstanding 4-month salary and its normalization demands will not be met. They want PCK to give timelines on how all the statutory deductions, arrears recovered from members' salaries shall be cleared.
So again, we have been struggling, and we have written many letters to the ministry. We have protested to the parliamentary committee of Parliament, the the Committee on Labor, the Committee on ICT, and apparently nothing is happening. 2 months ago, I even made an appeal to the head of state of this country. Nothing is happening. So then I think we have reached a point of no return, and we have decided to call a strike if the strike will make them move faster. We are calling a strike because we believe Postal Corporation of Kenya can make enough money if the government of Kenya, who owns it, would decide to make right decisions. One, to put the right board to transform the organization. Two, to get a management team that would help. And three, to finance it. And if they cannot finance it, enable them to run their services. Yet our members are languishing in poverty. Our members have not had salary. As I talk today, the last salary they earned was the salary in the month of May. So June, July, August, September is outstanding, and we are almost approaching the end of October. How do I sit properly in this place and say, look, I'm a general secretary of a union? We have reached a point of no return, and we are saying that if this money is not paid for all the 5 months, including October, by the end of 31st day of this month, on 2nd of November, we will pull out our member, irrespective of what will happen to them. I know they have been scaring that some of these institutions are not money-making, whatever. To me, it's better if our employees lose their jobs and stay at home rather than leave their houses, going to the offices, and hopelessly going back home without any salary.
Moving on, it was a sigh of relief for a family in Manyata constituency, Embu County, after they managed to bury their kin whose body had been detained in the mortuary for close to 5 months of a hospital bill of 444,000 Kenya shillings. David Madenge died on June 20th after battling throat cancer for months, and his body was detained at the Kenyatta University mortuary after their family failed to pay the hospital bill. His wife, Elizabeth Marigo, said though it has been an agonizing period since his demise, she was happy that they were finally able to lay him to rest and have a closure.
Kushikwa hospitali it is the highest level ya disrespect to our culture. Na mzee Madenge ambaye tuko na bibi yake hapa amekaa hospitali karibu miezi 4. Mimi nataka kusema kama mheshimiwa wa Manyata, lazima tupeleke mswada bunge wa kuhakikisha hakuna mwili ambayo inafaa kushikwa more than 1 month watu wakitafuta pesa ya kulipa. Wakati mtu ameachwa na mpenda wake ni ngumu zaidi, lakini wakati mtu ameshikiwa mwili, hiyo ni uchungu maradufu.
Ndio nimeona uso wa Mungu leo. Saa hii tunaelekea kwa nyumba kumzika. Nimeona Mungu, mkono wa Bwana umenisaidia sana. Mzee wangu leo atasikwa. Na ninashukuru sana. Nikarudishia haya wenye wanisaidia. Mungu awabariki sana. Kila baada.
We would like to request our leaders, the MPs, the senators, or in parliament, at least to come up with a bill that can be able to protect people who pass on while in hospital and have accumulated huge bills.
Now, let us shift gears a little bit, where a section of members of the Kandara Residents Association invaded former Del Monte Kenya Limited land earmarked for construction of a level 5 hospital. A contingent of police from Murang'a had to be called in to disperse youth who were erecting structures on the former Del Monte land, which is now under the control of the Murang'a County. The ensuing melee, 2 people were arrested and a truck delivering construction materials intercepted alongside a personal car. Paul Kamande, who claimed to be the leader of the youth, say they moved into the land after the county government continued building the health facility despite a court order of appeal ordering restraining any activity being undertaken.
To inspect and also supervise on the security measures that have been put in place to make sure that there is no interference in the government project that is going on here in Mackenzie. And as you can see, we have more than 100 youths that have secured a job in constructing this level 5 hospital. I wish to issue a stern warning to would-be criminals that are being mobilized by members of the public to come and secure themselves a piece of land here. This land belongs to the government, and the projects that are going on here are being spearheaded by the government.
Ile shida iko ni vita ya viongozi wetu. Hakuna anataka kusikiza mwingine. Na mwenye mnyonge ndio hana haki kwa hii kesi. Sasa Kandara, watu wa Kandara walikuwa wanajenga ofisi yao because county government inajenga hospitali. Sasa shamba imepatikana, lakini viongozi hawataka kukaa chini. Kuna document mingi ziko huku mpaka court orders ziko na muhuri. Wanabunge wetu wenye wamechaguliwa mahali mbalimbali walikuwa hapa.
Moving on, the National Assembly Lady Sports Association, Kenya, in collaboration with the Proudly Kenyan organization, have distributed 18 water tanks with a capacity of 10,000 litres to women's group in Jomvu constituency. Speaking during the event, Jomvu Member of Parliament, that is Badi Twalib, hailed the initiative, announcing the second phase will be bigger and more groups will benefit through the partnership with various organizations. Also, Durea Badi, that is the wife to the Member of Parliament, said that more than 38 groups have benefited from the project. Mary Samba, chair lady Mwaliko Group from Bangladesh slums, says the water tanks will enhance their income amid the high cost of living, saying that after a year they will have made greater strides in their venture in water business.
Collaboration with Proudly Kenya kuweza kusupport, kuweza kuempower kina mama wetu wa Jomvu. Tunasema asante sana. Hapa Jomvu shida yetu kubwa ni mambo ya maji. Ndio niposa niliandika proposal zangu kuweza kutuzawadia matanki ya maji ili kuweza kumsaidia yule mama hadi pale chini kitongojini. Na washukuru sana National Assembly in collaboration with Proudly Kenya kwa support ambao wametupa kuwezesha Jomvu yetu kusonga mbele. Group ziliweza kufaidika leo ni group 38. Proudly Kenya Association wameweza kunipa matanki 15 ambao ni ya lita 10,000. Matanki hayo tumeweza kuzidistribute within our wards. Ndani ya Jomvu tuko na ward 3, kwa hivyo tumeweza kuzibalance katika hizi ward zetu 3. Tuko na viti pia, tuko na viti around 1000 chairs ambazo pia tutaziganya kwa different vikundi zizo among the 38 groups. Tuko na chakula cha kuku kwa wale wenye kufuga kuku, tutaweza kuwapa chakula. Pia tuko na vijana wetu ambao wako na mradi wa mambo ya garbage collections, tumeweza kuwasaidia mikokoteni.
Mradi huu utaweza kubadilisha eneo bunge letu la Jomvu sana, kwa sababu tumeona 10,000 liters, na mama amesema hapa yeye mwenyewe kuwa mtu ambaye amepawa tanki ya lita 10,000 atahakikisha katika biashara yake maji ya kwanza 10,000 liters atawajazia au kina mama.
Now to bring you up to speed on matters sports, defending champion KCB Rugby Football Club are later on this evening expected to play against Nondescript in the semi-finals of the Floodlit Rugby tournament that kicked off Saturday evening at the Impala Grounds, Nairobi. The Bankers were flawless in their quarter-finals clash against Kenya Harlequin, edging out the Ngong Road side 45-0 courtesy of tries scored by William Opaka, Bob Mwati and Davis Chege. Nondescript qualified into the semis of the tournament